So good morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the grid and cloud computing unit 4. In This is the last topic of unit 4. So that is design of Hadoop file system and HDFS concepts and we having the HDFS concept and HD command line interface in HDFS. Okay, so some more topics are there. Now I am going to explain those topics in this video class. Okay, so these are the previous topic which we have explained. Just I am recollecting that specifying input output parameters we have learned in the last video, and these are the different uh, uh, points and these are the different types we have described in these specifying input output parameters. So these are the nodes of this explanation nodes of this pattern, and these are the shuffle and reduce the parameters whenever the data is large increases. In order to reduce the memory, we are going to multiple splits will be decreases by merging the data. Okay, so first we are going to shuffle that data. After shuffling that data, we are going to reduce that parameters. Okay, so this is called shuffle and reduce the parameters. So these are the different input outputs functions which is we have explained in the last video. And next to coming configuring and running a job. So these are the different things we have explained in the last class. Okay, now I am going to explain about the design of Hadoop file size system. Hadoop file system. So in this we are having the basic file system operations. Some operations we will followed in this. Okay, so before going to explain this basic file system operations, in this we having some commands. So I will go explain in the latter ma. So before first I have to know what is the HDFS Hadoop file system why we are using. So it can be considered as a standard system, but it distributed client's point of view. It will be a standard file system, but behind this the file system actually run on several machines. Okay, so the HDFS Hadoop distributed file system implements file over using data replication and has been designed to manipulate store large data sets in a write one read many access model for files. Okay, so we have some overview regarding this HDFS. So HDFS means Hadoop distributed file system is made up of several Java process running on separate physical machines and follow a master and slave model. So so this Hadoop will be follow the master and slave. I have this small diagram regarding this Hadoop file system. So we will explain that in the HDFS concept. So now I am coming to the basic file system operations. So main thing is Hadoop file distributed file system, mainly why we are using for distributing the information to the client's point of view. It will be standard file system, but behind this the file system actually runs on the several machines. So okay, this is called the HDFS, and having some basic file system operations here. The file system is ready to be used, and we can do all the usual file system operations such as reading a files, creating a files, creating directories, moving files, deleting data, and listing directories. So you can type Hadoop FS file system help to get the detailed help on every command. So what we are doing, so if we don't know anything regarding this information how to do and how to proceed, so in this command I am giving the command fs help, so that completely display the commands. So whatever the things we have to do in this command prompt. Okay, so this is called the file system is ready to be used. So we can do all the usual file system operations. So whatever the operations are there, that everything will be performed in the file system. So like reading files, creating directories. So you know that so in the first year we have learned some command prompt. We have practice some command prompt like date, whatever the date of birth. If you know, if you want to know some date of birth in the previous last previous years, so we can use some shortcuts in this command prompt, and we can also create some directories, delete the data. So these are the different things will be available. Shortcuts will be available in the command prompt. Okay. So del, if we give the fs del, so fs has hyphen del, del means the data will be deleted. CLS means the data will be cleared. Move means we will give mv, that like. Okay. So directories means we are give dir. Okay. Directory. So this like in the shortcuts everything will be occurred in the file system operations. Okay. We are creating a files, creating directories, reading files, moving files, deleting data, listing all the directories. So these all things are done in this system file. Okay. File system. Okay. These operations are performed. So this help is nothing but if you don't know anything regarding this command, if you use the help command, that will be displayed all the commands, everything commands, how to follow that. Okay. So start by copying a file. We are starting from copying a file from a local file systems to hdfs. Okay. So what I am giving hdfs, I am giving percent hadoop file system. This is the common thing which I am using for starting one, that is percent hadoop fs is a copy, is a common thing. And whatever the data I have to use, if I want to delete the data, I will use the del. I want to copy, that like means. So what I am giving in the first step, what I am doing, I am going to copy the file into the local file system to hdfs. Okay. So that is why I am giving percent hadoop file system fs hyphen copy from local input bar docs bar qu angle dot text. Okay. So this is the text hdr. So from where I'm copying the information, local file system to hdfs. So I had to give hdfs. This is whatever the local input docs qu angel dot angle dot text I have given, that is the local file system. So I have to transfer the information, I have to copy that information into the hdfs. So for that I have to give the hdfs hyphen double slash localhost slash user dash slash tom dash qu angle dot text. This is the another. So whatever the information available in the local file system, that all information is copied into the hdfs. Okay. So this is the command which is we have given in the file system. Okay. So this is one operation, one function. Next another command is invokes the hadoop file system. So in this command, invokes the Hadoop's file system shell commands fs, which supports the number of subcommands. In this case, we are running copying from local. So what we are doing, first running and copy from local. So the local file qu angle test is copied to the file. So what I am giving user tom qu angle dot text onto the hdfs instance running on localhost. So in fact we could have omitted the scheme and host of the URI and picked. So up the default hdfs localhost as specified in core site.xml. So for that I am giving the command, that is percent hadoop fs hyphen copy from local input docs qangel dot angle dot text to user tom qangle dot text. So this is the another command which is I have to copy the data. First I am running the data, after that I am copying from the local location. We should also use a relative path and copied the file to our home directory in hdfs, which in this case is user hash tom. Okay. So this is the command which is I am using. This is the another command, hadoop percent hadoop fs copy from local input doc qangel dot text qangle dot text. So let's copy the file. What I am doing here, I am copying the file back to the local file system. So whatever the information we have copied into the HDFS, that again I am copied into the our file system, local file system. So what I mean, let's copy the file back to the local file system and check whether it is the same. Okay, so that is copying to local QUangel dot angle dot text QAngle dot copy dot text. So percent MD5 input, MD means mkdir. Okay, MD 5 input docs QUangel dot text QAngle dot copy dot text. So this is the two commands I am using here. So for these two commands I get MDF here. So input docs, this is the value. We have to compare the same data is not, so the both are same. So this is my file, whatever the information available in the file is this one. So whenever I am copying the data from this local to the again into from the HDFS to the local, the same data will be copied. Okay, so same will be. Finally let's look at the HDFS file listing. So we are creating the directory. First we have to create the directory. Create directory first, just to see how it will be displayed in the list. So how it will be displayed is like Hadoop FS hyphen dir books, mkdir books, Hadoop for FS hyphen ls. So these are the different directories. This is the directory. Okay, I'm creating here. This is the ls here. Okay, where we found two items here, that is Tom super group 0 2019 4 0 to 22 is to 41. This is the information which I have found. These are the two items which I have found. Okay, so next coming to the information okay, the information written is very similar to Unix command, is L with a few minor differences. The first column shows the file mode, the second column is the replication factor of the file. Sometimes it is a traditional Unix file system does not have. So remember, you set the default replication factor in this site wide configuration to be 1, which is same value here. So the entry in this column is empty for directories, since the concept of replication does not apply to them. So directories are treated as metadata and stored by the name node and not the data node. The third and the fourth column shows the file owner and group. The fifth column is the size of the file in bytes, or 0 for directories. The sixth and seventh columns are the lost modified data and time. Finally, the eighth column is absolute name of the file or directory. So this is the thing which I am going to see in this HDFS concepts. Okay. So this is the HDFS concept. In this HDFS concepts, I am using the master and slave architecture. So HDFS cluster consists of a single name node, a master server that manages a file system namespace and regulates access to a file by the clients. So there are a number of data nodes, usually one per node. So okay, one per node in a cluster. So the data node manages storage, attached to the nodes. So what the data node will be do, it will be manage the storage which is attached to the nodes that they run on. The HDFS exposes a file system namespace and allows user data to be stored in the files. User data should be stored in the files and should be stored in the files. A file is split into one or more blocks and set of blocks are stored in data nodes. Okay, set of blocks are stored in the data nodes. So data nodes is nothing but server serves read write request, perform block creations, deletion and replication upon instructions from name node. So the hierarchical file system with directories and files, we create, remove, move, rename, etc. Name node maintains the file system. So any meta information changes to the file system recorded by the name node, An application can specify the number of replicas of the file needed, replication factor of the file. This information is stored in the name node. So okay, this is called the HDFS concept. Next, in this having the data replication. So in this HDFS is designed to store a very large file across machines in a large cluster. So each file is a sequence of blocks. So all blocks in the file except the last are the same size. The blocks are replicated for fault tolerance. The block size and replicas are configurable per file. The name node receives a heartbeat and a block report from each data node in the cluster. So the block report contains all the blocks on the data node. So this is the explanation of this data replication. So if you see the diagram, we can understand the HDFS concept. So this is the architecture of the HDFS. Hadoop distributed file system. I am having the client here. So here I have the name node, and here we are having the number of data nodes. So name node is the master node, and data nodes are the slave nodes. So number of data nodes will be used here. Okay, here what the client will be doing, he reads the information from the data nodes. So in the data node having the information. In the data node what we are having the information. So the client will be read the data from the the client will be read the data from the data nodes. Okay, and what he do, the data node, the information will be is given to the metadata oops to the name node. So the name node will be send it to the remaining data nodes. Okay, so this will be done in the different ways. So if you see here, so in this we are having the name node. The name node is responsible for storing the file metadata. So what is the main use of a name node? So the name node is responsible for storing the file metadata. So this name node is responsible to store the metadata information and tracing all the operations of the file system. So metadata means location of the files. It will be store the location of the file. So metadata means so where the information. So client is reading the data from the name node, the data node. So in which place it located, that information is stored by the name node. So metadata information, location of the data. So where the data or file is located, that location will be address will be noted in the name node. Okay, that is called metadata. So the name node is responsible for storing the file metadata and tracing the operation. So after storing the metadata information, it will be trace the file systems. Okay, it will trace the files. Okay, so all these data are stored on the local file system of the name node. Okay, so all the data whatever available in the data nodes, that information all will be stored in the local file system, that is called name node. And the name node it can has a two files called edit log. So in this we having two files, that is edit log and fs images. Okay, so what is mean by edit log? Edit log is nothing, it stores all the changes occurs in the file system. So file system means what? This is the file system. In the file system means whatever the operations occur in the file system, that information if anything changes will be occurred in the file system, that can be stored by the edit log. So okay, for instance, adding a new file in the HDFS is readed in the file. Okay, but I mean that any edit means what? Edit means we can add a new thing and we can edit a data and we can delete a data. So whatever the information changes will be occurred in that all thing will be occur in the file system. The whatever the stores all the changes. So if any changes will be occur, that all stores in the file systems. And for example, if I need to add a new file, that will be in the HDFS, that is read in the file, that will be read in the file system. So fs image means what? Stores all the file system namespace, location of the file system in cluster. So it means what? Fs means it is a file system. So whatever the information location of the data is there, that information all is noted in the files in the cluster form. Okay, so that is called the fs image. In the name node we having the two types, that is edit log, fs image. Edit log is nothing but if any changes will be occurred in the processing, so that everything will be updated by the edit log. Okay, and if you can add a new thing, delete or changes can be done, everything will be updated by the name node, that is called edit log. Next, fs image means in this location of the file will be stored, that can be stored in the file system, so that is called the fs image, file system image. Okay, so next coming data nodes. So data node simply stores the data nodes simply stores the data file blocks without any knowledge of hdfs. So data nodes will be simply stores the data. So in the data nodes what we are having, it will be stores the data, that is file blocks without any knowledge of hdfs. Without the knowledge of hdfs we cannot able to store the files in this data nodes. Okay, so in the data nodes, so in this file in this data node, file blocks stored in the local file system of data nodes and are replicated. These information are replicated in any other nodes based on the configuration of replica function. So what they are saying, so having the data nodes. Okay, so here they are saying the file blocks stored in the local file system, the file blocks and stored in the local file system of the data nodes, or where sometimes it will be replicated the data among the other nodes based on the configuration replication factor. Based on the configuration replication factor, we are replicating the information in these data nodes, other data nodes. Okay, so these are whatever the information available in these data nodes that are replicated in this. Okay, so in this data nodes. Okay, so this is the track 1 and this is the rack 2. Okay, so this is the replication system. Okay, and in this here, this is the metadata. So this is the location, name, location, address of the data. Okay, so that is called the metadata. So block oops means this is the name, whatever the information is there in this, that information also available. So information is data will be available in this. We are having this data location, address, location of the file. So which location in rack 1 is their data, in rack 2 is the data, that like the location will be stored by the name node. So whatever the information available in this data, no, everything will be stored in the name nodes. Okay, so this is the hdfs architecture. Okay, next coming to command line interface in hdfs. Command line interface, there are many other interfaces to hdfs, but the command line is one of the simplest, and many developers are the most very familiar, most developers, many developers are most familiar with these commands. Okay, the first we follow the instructions for setting up a Hadoop in sudo distribution node. Later sudo distributed mode. Later you will see how to run the cluster of machines to give us scalability and fault tolerance. Okay, fault tolerance, there are two properties that we have set in the pseudo distributed configuration that deserve further explanation. First, the fs.default.name set to hdfs /localhost/ which is used to set the default file system for Hadoop. Okay, so in order to use the Hadoop in defaultly, we have to use this command, that is hdfs localhost, which is used to set a default file system for Hadoop. File systems are specified by the URI, and here we have used hdfs URL to configure Hadoop to use the hdfs by default. The hdfs will use this property to determine the host and port for the hdfs name node. So we will run it on the local host and the default hdfs port 28020, and the hdfs clients will use this property to work out where the name node is running, so they can connect to it. So in the second property, dfs dot directory distributed file system. DFS means distributed file system dot replication to one, so that HDFS does not replicate file system blocks by the usual default of 3. When running with a single data node, HDFS cannot replicate blocks to 3 data nodes to it. This is setting solves the problem. The setting solves this problem. The HDFS the HDFS can be manipulated through the Java application programming interface and this command line interface. So 11 commands are for manipulating. We have manipulating the 11 commands. So here we are having the 11 commands. So the 11 we having the 11 commands for manipulating HDFS to Hadoop's command line interface, being Hadoop a space and FS, a space and FS. So what is here saying that? So 11. So here having the URLs and okay, in the manipulating 11 11 commands for manipulating HDFS through Hadoop's command line interface, being with Hadoop a space and FS. This is the file system shell. Is followed by the command name as a argument to Hadoop as FS. These command starts with the dash. For example, ls command for listing. Ls means listing a directory. Listing a directory is a common Unix command, and it is preceded with a dash as an Unix system. So ls can take a path as an argument. In this example, the path is current directory and represent by a single dot. Let's begin looking at these HDFS commands. By starting up Hadoop, we will run. So we will run the start.sh script to bring up each of the Hadoop nodes. First the name node and the second the first name node, the secondary name node. First the name node and the secondary name node, and a data node and the jobber tracker and the task tracker. So we will run the list of list. We can run the listing of directory commands to give us the current directory. So we saw that ls command, the file system shell commands can take a path arguments. These paths can be expressed in the form of uniform resources, identifiers, or URLs. Support. The local file system has a scheme of file. HDFS has a scheme called HDFS. Okay. So for example, let us wish you want to copy a file called myfile.txt from your local file system to an HDFS file system on the local host. So you can do this by issuing the commands low. They copy them the file. They copy from local command task a URI for a source and URI for the destination. Okay, so let us assume to copy from local command. We will copy a file named myfile.txt to the HDFS. So now we can just examine the HDFS with the ls command, and see that our file has been copied, and there it is. HDFS supports many POSIX like commands. HDFS is not a fully POSIX compliant file system, so it supports many of the commands that HDFS commands are mostly easily recognized Unix commands like cat and chmod. There are also a few commands that are specific HDFS, such as copy from local and put the two HDFS specific commands to that same thing, copying a file from a local file system to location to another file system. So this command copies file out of the file system, you specify and into the local file system. First we will copy the myfile.txt into a second copy onto the HDFS called myfile2.txt. So then we will use a great merge command to combine the two and treat them as one file in the local file system called myfile.txt. So this command returns immediately after requesting the new replication level. If you want to command to block until the job is done, pass the w option. Okay, so this is called the data replication, and these are the command line interface. Okay, next coming to data flow of file write in HDFS. In this case we are going to consider in the case of creating a new file, writing data to it, then closing the file. So the client creates a file by calling create operation, that is open and close brackets, and distributed file system. This is the first system. So what will be do in the first system? Client creates a file by calling the create option. Okay, distributed file system makes RPC call to the name node to create a file new file in the file system's namespace with no blocks associated with it. This is called step 2. If these blocks if these checks passes, the name node makes a record of the new file. Otherwise file creation fails and client is thrown an input output exception. The distributed file system returns a FS data output system for the client to start writing the data to. Okay, now we are writing the file so in the HDFS. Okay, so this is the diagram. So in this I having the HDFS client. So client JVM I will use in this. So I have to create. So I have to create a file first in the distributed file system. In the second, what I'm doing, I'm creating the. So whenever I have sent the create option to the distributed file system, the distributed file system send that create option to the name node. So what will be the thought set? It will be write the data in the FS data output stream. Okay, output stream. So whatever the information is there, that location will be stored by the data nodes. Okay, so data nodes will be stored. Okay, after that writing the data into the FS data output stream, it will be write the packets into this data node. So after copying the data into the data nodes, so in this direction 4 into 4 and it will be comes to the here. Okay, so writing the packets in this data node. After that it will move to the another data node and it will move to another node. So whatever the information are there, everything will be moved to the every data node. So again it will be replicated into the data node and it will be processed to the FS data output stream. So after completion of this, this is the acknowledgement packet. Acknowledgement after receiving the data to the data nodes, that will be acknowledges the packets that we have reached. Okay, after that it will be processed to the FS data output stream. So then what will we have to do? We have to close this operation. We have to close this performance, and it will be given the complete information into the data node. So this is the working of it. The client writes the data. Step 3, DFS output stream splits into packets which it writes to the internal queue called the data queue. The list of data nodes, the list of whatever the data nodes we are having, this is the data nodes. So the list of the data nodes forms a pipeline. Pipeline means in order. We will assume the replica level is 3. So there are 3 nodes in the pipeline. The list of the data nodes forms a pipeline. We will assume the replication level is 3. So there are 3 nodes in the pipeline. Similarly, the second data node stores the packet and forwards it to the third and last data node in the pipeline. This is the step 4. The packet is removed from the acknowledgement queue only whether it has been acknowledged by all the data nodes in the pipeline. This is the step 5. So these are the different steps we have to follow in this Hadoop file write in HDFS. Okay, so this is the working of this diagram. And the first replication, first pipeline is closed, and any packets in the acknowledgement queue are added to the front added to the front of the data queue, so that data nodes that are downstreams from the file data will not miss any packets. The file data nodes is removed from the pipeline, and remembered of the blocks data is returned to the two good data nodes in the pipeline. So when the client has finished writing the data, it calls close on the stream, that is step 6. This action flushes all the remaining packets of the data node pipelining and waits for acknowledgement before contracting the before contracting the name node to signal that the file is complete. So this is the step 7. So these are the different steps we are following in this communication of the HDFS file system. Okay, so reading data from Hadoop URL and deleting data. The Hadoop's file system class is application programming interface for interacting with one of the Hadoop's file system. While we focus mainly on the HDFS implementation, distributed file system is general. You should strive to write your code against the file system abstract class to retain probability across the file system. So one of the simplest way to read the files from the Hadoop file system is using the java.net. So URL object to open a job to read the data from. The general IODM is try hyphen colon open brace. So in a new URL HDFS hosted as path. For creating a path, I am selecting one condition here. So after processing in, finally it will be closed. So this is the small example. So there is a little bit more work required to make a Java recognize Hadoop the Java recognizes the Hadoop stream header distributed file system URL scheme. So this is achieved by calling the set URL scheme header factory method on URL with an insurance of fs. So URL stream handler factory. So the implementation, we are implementing some other part of your program, perhaps third party component our side your control sets RL stream handler. So factory, you won't be able to use this approach for reading data from Hadoop. We make use of the handy input output utils classes that comes with Hadoop for closing the stream in a finally clause, and also copying the bytes between the input stream and the output stream. Okay, so this is the last two arguments to have to copy. Bytes method are the buffer size used copying, and whether to close the streams when copy is completed. So we close this input stream ourselves, and systems out does not need to be used. So okay, next coming to deleting data. So use the delete method on file system to permanently remove the file or directories. Public boolean delete path boolean functions recursive throws input output exception. So a non-empty directory is only deleted along with its contents. So if recursive is true, otherwise input output execution is thrown. Okay, so file pattern in HDFS, it is common requirement that process the set of files in a single operation. For example, MapReduce job for log processing might analyze a month worth of files contained in a number of directories. So public file status, that is globus status, path pattern, thrones input output exception, and public file status, global status, path pattern, path filter filter. So the global status methods returns an array of file status before the whose paths match the supplied pattern sorted by path. An optional path filter can be specified to restrict the matches further. Okay, so this is called the file pattern in HDFS. So this up to here we have completed the unit 4. Thank you for listening. So